Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hello. First show back from Tamworth. How are you all? I know I'm still tired, really tired. My voice is still struggling. But the people, I keep seeing memories from it because people are posting each day from their Tamworth experience. So it's been lovely to watch and sort of remember last week. I still haven't caught up on sleep though. So if I'm a bit vague, that's why. Thank you, everyone that came down to say hello. Thank you. It was so good to see you in person. It was really nice to sit and do an interview with someone in the same room for a change, which was really nice, and know that people have legs and that they wear clothes below the waist. But yeah, we had a really good time, and my mum came, and her first time seeing Country Kickback. I think she's pretty keen to go again next year as well. And I know that a lot of you were watching the shows in between the lives, and that was really nice too, because I could still get your comments and I could still get your messages, even though we'd sort of ended the live, we could actually still see them. So it was really nice to see you guys watching in between shows. Hi Ryan, thank you for joining me from Adelaide. Sorry, we're from Australia, right? Australia. See, I told you I'm vague. It's Australia, not Adelaide, my own little world there. Tell us whereabouts in Australia everybody's watching from, or where in the world you are. We're going to welcome John into the room in a minute. There we go. It just took a moment. Hello. It's strange having to bring someone into the room again
instead of the cafe. Yeah.
Hi, Danni. That was so good.
Hello, everybody.
Good. How are you? There's no one here bringing me tea. There's no one here bringing me cups of tea. It's not the same. How has your New Year been? It's only very early in, but I know for those of us that were in Tamworth, it feels like it's quite a way in already.
Yes, you guys have been through a massive couple of weeks. No, very cruisy over here. Beautiful warm weather. Lots of sun, lots of surf. It's been great.
So you're originally from WA?
Yes. I grew up in the hills back sort of inland from Perth, and now live down in the Capes area, down Margaret River.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever moved away and gone home, or you've just always chosen to stay there?
The bush lured me here because I kind of grew up in the bush. It's not far from Perth, but it's sort of Jarrah Forest and that. And then for some bizarre reason, me and my mates all took up surfing.
Oh, really?
So I just thought, well, I got to find somewhere that's got the same trees, the same soil, but near the water. And
near the water. You really just need Tassie, because either way, whichever way we go, we've got the beach or the bush. We're fine.
It's an island. Hello. Oh, it's on my list. I don't know why.
Definitely. You've got to come.
I love the cold.
You love the cold. Well, don't come at the moment, because I landed back here and it's been hotter here than in Tamworth. I think it's just that different type of heat.
What kind of heat you got?
It's 29 degrees here today, and it's just, I don't know, you burn as soon as you walk out in it. You burn. Tamworth, it was not burning, it was just dry. But yeah, it was just here. You can't step out without getting burnt. So tell us, I know that we haven't had you on the show before, and I know that we want to talk about your new single and what you guys have got going on, but can you tell us a little bit about your story in music and why you got into music and why you've sort of gone down the path that you're currently on?
I'll answer those in reverse. I had no choice. I reckon I had no choice for this path that I'm on now. It started a few years back. It sounds very existential, and if I started to start these songs that I'm writing now and continue, they just started pouring out of me. And I think, just sort of go back to the roots, and that it came out semi-genre specific. I've been playing in old country or rock or blues bands most of my life, and always playing for someone else. And I had no choice. Seriously, I was I was dreaming songs, Just
wow.
Yeah, it's all the way down to on mysterious stages in front of great crowds, and all the way down to chord progressions, lyrics, and stuff like that. Gone through a bit of a big upheaval in my life about a year before that.
Okay.
I was a bit frustrated because I was a bit like, well, brain, like you've been playing music for bands for 25 years.
Yeah,
Like,
and this is suddenly
why
just...
do you wait so long, brain?
It won out, yeah.
It's got to come out. And and I was living in a shed at the time, and it was cool because I was covered in dust, and out of the dust rose all this beautiful music.
So how did you sort of have a few dreams before you started writing them down, or it sounds like it was something that went on for a little while?
I remember when I was younger, it used to happen a bit, but I didn't have the attention or whatever, I don't know the word for it, to be able to focus it in. But I play so much different styles of music and for other people, bands. So I think it needed to come at this time because now I have the ability to write up and form the structures, form the songs. But there's a few sleep-ins I missed out on,
You wake up, you got to write it down.
Yeah, you still got to get up and go to work, and it's just But I mean, I just figured, I was that kid running around being noisy and singing, or always drumming on my chest and getting told to shut up. So it's nice to know that the crazy might be a bit useful.
I think anyone in this industry's got a bit of crazy in them. There's nobody that doesn't. Nobody would stick to it.
I love it.
It is a beautiful industry to be involved in, but that's a really great story. I've had artists tell me, that they dream songs, that they dream ideas, but to say that that's how you sort of started going down your own path, that's a pretty strong drive.
Yeah.
You obviously that unconscious mind really had your path planned without you realizing.
That's right, and it just said, all right, it's coming out whether you like it or not, and so I quickly made. One of my favorite stories is that sort of encapsulates this is her last name's left me. Dolores used to be the lead singer of the Cranberries, was it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, she used to have notepads, like she'd have one in her toilet and one by her where she brushed her teeth, because she said that's where. Well, the other day, it just happens to you, and I can't turn it off, and I don't want to turn it off. I was out in the water, and a song started coming to me, so I had to paddle further out the back, and I just sat there, and everybody's probably thinking, who's this crazy? He's sitting out there missing everything.
Yeah, missing any waves.
And that's what happens. You just got to go right down there. And
I'm impressed that you remembered it enough to get back to shore and then get it onto something so you didn't forget, because I would struggle with that.
Yeah. I'm sure a few people walking past, this guy's humming to it, singing to himself again.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. Just stay away from that one. But you know what? What better place to write something sitting out on the water?
Yeah, yes. The shower does it as well. It must be something to do with the water.
Whatever it is, don't stop. It's working. It's definitely
except
working.
I'm on tank water, so
you
run out. You can't have
that might be an issue. You might need to find another way of getting the ideas if that's the case.
Straight over, back in the bucket.
Right. Keep going again. Camp shower, perfect. I did tell you before that people could come on and write comments, and there's lots of people popping in. So if I've missed comments, please put them up again, because they do slide through on me fairly quickly. Jonathan is watching. He said it is. I said something. He saw
Jonathan,
it's snowing. It was snowing last week over there. It's not been snowing here. It's been pretty hot everywhere for us all, I think, in Australia at the moment. And Ryan, your friend released his 14th single on Friday the 20th. 14th single. That you'll have to put it in the comments and let us know where we can see it. It's lovely to see. I love the comments of people telling us about other songs too, because it inspires. A lot of artists will tell me, they've listened to this, and that kind of gives them more ideas as well. But you were just saying how you played for other people for a long time.
Yeah.
When you started doing that, you obviously didn't envision yourself as being the singer and the person that's releasing the music. That's just happened as a result of those dreams. It was obviously not something that you thought you were going to go down.
That's right. Yeah.
How different is that for you? Because you've played so long, back there just playing music. How do you feel now that you're in a different position? Is it nerve-wracking? Or do you actually feel more at home?
I would say both. It's obviously nerve-wracking because being a backing vocalist and the pressures that are on the front man or woman. Those pressures are there.
Yeah.
And you kind of whether you got a drum kit in front of you or keys or whatever I've had in the past, it's a bit of a shield.
Yes.
And so you're raw and you're out there. But after I got over, I'm still getting over, but after I got over that fear of the rawness,
I
think just it's allowing that exposure of your inner self, because you put it in the lyrics of your experiences anyway.
Yes.
Hopefully, it's still. I just tell myself it's still the campfire. It's still we're telling the tale.
Yep.
And
it's no different whether there's somebody else there or not. It's still the same.
Yeah, I'm telling the tale. I'm telling the story, and if they come along with me, I'll be stoked. And then to sort of help to get rid of that initial barrier or bit of fear, and then now I'm just waiting for every artist will talk about if they've written a song that people sing back or they've when that moment comes, I reckon it'll be a bit like Spinal Tap. He's spontaneously combusted.
Yes,
that'll be me.
He wasn't able to sing anymore. The idea of somebody singing your own song back to you would be just such a nice feeling, and I don't think it's far from coming with you.
Something to say. Thank you. I just want to go. That's why I've chosen Train. It's kind of J.V.Rail and our logo.
That was one of my next question, how that came about.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that's just like, I think there's this beautiful thing of human endeavor, especially a bit of Australian history there as well. But like, once you get on that train, if it's an old train, it doesn't stop. So that's what's happening. It's right in my brain, and it doesn't stop. And we had an original band name named after called the Rescue Specials, and the Rescue Special is a famous train from West Australian history. That it's funny, we've gone through the the Beaconsfield mine tragedy and drama, and then the one recently in the caves with the Thai boys, and Coolgardie in West Australia had a huge history during the gold rush with the entombed miner Modesto Varachetti, and it was cool. It's kind of like Bruce Willis movie Armageddon.
Yes,
they called out. Here's this miner stuck in the 13 levels down in an air leg, or it's not an air leg, so it's in an air pocket.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a partner because his partner was crook, so he was covering for him. He's dodged in there, so what a champion. And he's ended up sitting in there for 2 weeks while this crack team of Navy divers, and this is 1907, I think it was, and that train broke all land speed records for trains at the time. In the Australian town, and got out there and they saved him. Yeah, so that train pulled a man out of the belly of the earth, and that's what my music did for me. So that's why the train's there.
That's incredible to have read that story, and it would be a really interesting story to actually fully hear how they did it all. But then to put it to your music, what a lovely way of coming up with that meaningful. Definitely. Now tell us so that's how you've got to where you are today, and about a month ago you released your single.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the it's on your YouTube as well. But tell us a little bit about that song and why you've chosen to release that now, and then everything else that sort of has gone with it. Tell us a little bit about that.
The most recent one, Country Eyes, is just a fun, just a fun number.
It is.
Just that grey area, when you're on the take and trying to pick up. It's a pretty simple. It's a bit of male impatience, is saying, like, come on, hurry up, darling, make your decision. It's just a fun one. That was one that was a kind of a Saturday morning number. That wasn't a dreamy. That was just like wake up in the morning and just out it came in like half an hour. That one's just and that one really for our band sound, for the boys, they just really enjoy that, because we've got a lot of we've got jazz influences, blues influences, we've got guys playing in past lives, and that really they have a lot of fun with that one.
I like that. I like that you guys bring in that different angles of different areas.
Yeah, and it's got some cowbell. It's got more cowbell. Whereas the other tunes have got, may I talk about the other tunes?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. So going backwards in time, our second release, Too Much Too Soon, is just that train beat acoustic kind of ditty, and that's got a real special meaning to the loss of a mate to the Black Dog, and it was, when we wrote it, I wrote it because it was coming. That one came out through the series, series of feelings and dreams and stuff I was having at the time, and then I played it to Ben, the drummer, and he said, probably because my voice ain't the strongest sometimes, maybe this one's a duet, mate. And it was a good idea though, because I was like, thanks, mate. Thank you. Clapping the fish, I called up a longtime friend, Novak Bull from Boom Bap Power, and we were so lucky she said yes, and because the lines are written, I wrote that one from perspective of like mates looking back, but also a mum and a dad, because being a father myself, one can't imagine that happening. So but what I wanted to say was the perspective of that we understand, if you it's from that thing of you could talk to them again, and it was, so that's why it works so well as a duet.
So what you didn't actually write it intending it to be, but it turned out.
It worked out perfectly, So literally every second line, where we trade lines, it's like one is a masculine or a father's kind of line, and one is a really nurturing, the yin and the yang, the sort of, the heart and the mind. So Dad's sort of like saying, things in life don't come easy, and then you have Novak singing beautifully, we all get there in the end,
But we understand,
And then our first track, that one just sums up us boys pretty well. That's a rollicking kind of Glenn Campbell kind of. It's a funny story. I wrote that one. That was one that I didn't sleep. I came home from the pub of all places. It was a good palmy, and and I flicked on the tube, and it was Dukes of Hazzard, and you're not very PC these days, of course, but it's Dukes of Hazzard, and I was watching, just having a fun old time, great cars and stuff, and it just struck me like, in a slightly inebriated state, it's like, oh, that ain't far off the mark how I grew up, and how, as you get older, you start to connect back to things, and I said, that's it, I'm writing a wicked sort of Dixieland rock tune of how we barely survived our youth, and it's
it's true.
That's quite fun.
We've all done that, haven't we?
And we get a lot of culture from around the world in different songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot written of our time through the, just like the backwaters and the back suburbs and whatever.
Yeah.
Of our simple bogan times, for a lack of a better word.
It's such Australian growing up, isn't it? That's all a lot of us have had.
Yeah.
It's,
and hopefully it's relatable.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, growing up in the country and yes, we definitely pushed barriers, didn't we, with our safety and
Yeah.
and what we did, but we enjoyed it, and it certainly made us come out the other end good people, I think, because of that, with the experiences that we'd lived and enjoyed.
Yeah. And we can all drive really well.
Exactly. So when you guys came together as a band, how did that go? Did it just happen naturally, or is it something that you sort of went out going, this is what we want, this is what we're after? How did that all form?
I was writing quite a lot. So when the band did come together, I had a whole album's worth or a whole hour's worth of stuff already. I was writing, and with a band I played for, Tom Fisher and the Layabouts, great Fremantle based band. I was very lucky enough to play a couple of festivals, like Bridgetown Blues and a couple of other things, and I just wanted to do that again. I just wanted to get out there and play in that sort of area. And I was just thinking, all right, well, this is what's coming out. Got to get a good band together. So I approached Ben Clark, the drummer. He was a mate of mine from down here. And I just knew it just had to be him.
Okay.
He's a fantastic drummer, amazing musician. And I just, he said no a few times.
Really?
And, he was entering that phase of
to the band.
No, he's playing drums, teaching drums. He plays a lot of jazz and funk. And he said, well, I don't know, I'm doing too much. And then luckily I just played him a couple of the demos and he was in. And a mate of mine that I studied with, Jack Graz, he was in straight away. That only took one gin and tonic.
He's cheap. He's in.
Yeah, he was cheap.
This is why you're in. I know when we go out, you're only going to have one and you'll be fine.
And he was straight. And then we just were hunting around for the appropriate kind of guitarist. And lucky for us, Dave Kent had moved back from Melbourne. Lucky for him too, just ahead of the longest lockdown in history.
Yeah.
Respect to all you Melbourners, you Victorians out there.
I can imagine what it would have been like for them.
He just moved back, and he was probably asked to join about 5 bands, and I think he only joined 3. So lucky for us that we're one.
That is fantastic. Just happened how it was meant to, by the sound of it.
Yeah, because it's pretty quiet down here. There's a great music scene, but it is very quiet. So. Yeah, I guess we were just waiting.
I was going to ask that. What is it like over there on the music scene? Is it something that there's lots of, or is it quite hard to sort of come around, meet people in the industry?
No, not hard to meet because it's still quite small.
Yep.
As compared to the East Coast, Perth, and obviously is much different. It's huge.
Yes,
music scene, fantastic music scene. I've been playing in it since I was 16. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's great. But down here it's if you're striking out with your own material, you've just got to do the long yards. Because I'm so jealous. I see of the East Coast. I see all your musters, all your outback shed gigs, and all your you can literally. Oh, I can't wait to sink the teeth into it.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got that happening. We've got it. It's there.
Yes.
We're playing an amazing festival. We're very lucky to play our first Boy Up Brook festival coming up, Country Music Festival.
I've always wanted to go to Boy Up Brook. That is going to be awesome.
We've got that, and we've got 2 or 3 others, and a lot of rodeo musters, which I'm just trying to crack into. But I'd love to. They're very jealous of the Eastern Seaboard.
Yes. Look, it is definitely growing over this side of the country musically in all the states on the east side. I've noticed that a lot, but I also think it's growing over there for you guys too, because I've had quite a few people on the show that have been from WA or still living there, and I just think I would love to see these people live so often. So it does seem to be that you guys have got a lot of good music coming out of there at the moment.
Yes, I can't wait to see a few of them.
It's so good. If you go down the track and this is what you want to do you have any sort of goals, or is it just to get onto festivals, just to get out there and play? Or do you have a long-term sort of where you want to end up and what you want to end up doing, or are you just going with it?
Yeah, early retirement, write music all day, vintage bike collection.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah,
Great.
maybe a donkey. I've always wanted a donkey.
Always wanted
I'd call him Churros los Burros, which means churro the donkey in Spanish. Thanks. Yeah, I just want to play. We just want to play. We're just and write and play. And if full-time work gets in the way of that, and
that's
But my goals personally for the band are to just keep going and keep releasing the stories that are coming from the heart or coming from our experiences, and hopefully engage and people find it relatable. People find it as a tale they want to listen to, a story they want to jump on, and then have those big moments on stage. I hope it's going to work, and I just can't wait to get in front of a lot of people and show them what we got.
What you can do, yeah. It sounds like you've got quite a high energy. Your band sound like you're quite a high energy band on stage. The way that it sounds like when you come together in your recordings, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun show to go and watch. And high energy and excitement.
Yes, it's good because they let us out of the sleepy little cage here, and we just want a few bright lights and a few sing-alongs. So, we'll be stoked.
Perfect. What have you got planned for the rest of the year? Have you got more music to come?
Yes, so we got
recorded.
Our fourth one. We recorded 4 all up through the middle of last year.
Yes.
With Wade Reynolds on your Wade, and they were mixed down by Matt Fell of Love HZ and mastered by King William Bowden. And thanks Regional Arts WA, because I won a grant to support that. Yeah, so we've got the 4th one coming up February the 17th.
Oh, not far.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. It's Friday, Feb 17th. And that's a lovely track. That's kind of like it's kind of a baby that's bayou born and sort of raised on the surf coast here. I reckon that's the best way to sum it up. It sounds like it's straight out of that southern kind of rock. And and that's a bit of a darker one. That one. That's a point to a recent experience of trials and tribulations, and how there's a little monster within us all that can quickly become a big monster if so it's a bit of a hark to that like Carl, like Jung or whatever, talk about the burning and what happens after it. So that's coming out. That's I think people like that one. It's a real kind of mixes country with our kind of surf background here. And then just aiming to head it back into the studio, writing some really powerful stuff, some really catchy stuff as we speak. And we've got loads. So we're trying to get back in. I think we'll probably get back in by the sound of it March, April.
Oh, fantastic. Yep. That's excellent. So with your one that's coming out in February, are you doing a pre-link or a pre-save or pre-order for that song?
Yeah, just about to pop it out by Friday. I'm going to pop out that pre-save.
Oh, fantastic! Would you be able to send it through to us here so that I can pop it up on the page and in the comments when it's ready on Friday?
Yes. Or do you reckon? I wonder if I could do it now. I could probably do it.
Yeah. I don't know if you like. Yeah, if it'll work. I don't know.
Go
for it. See what happens.
You direct me. Should I do it now, or because you're going to?
I don't. If you can type, if it'll let you type now, you can do it. I don't know if it'll let you type. Depends on the computer. It's just. But I was certainly like to talk about where people can follow you and find these things as you are releasing them. Not just this current single that you're releasing, but music and tours to come. What's the best place to watch? Is it your Facebook, or where's the best place to look for your?
So we have Facebook, Insta, and a good website, J.V.Rail.com. But Facebook and Insta is probably the easiest. So just with a handle. Should go on. Can I type here?
Yes. So if it'll let you, you can. It's just it won't. Some computers it won't. Some people it does. I think it's mostly Apples that play up. I'm not really sure. I don't understand Apple technology.
Yeah, I have an Apple and I can't do it. So
no, I think that might be right there. Yeah. We will pop it up in the end, guys. Don't worry. We'll put the I've already put the link to your YouTube page and to your Spotify page in the top of the comments. So if you're watching whatever platform you're watching, it should come in the top of the comments on whatever platform you're watching from. But if you want to go over to your YouTube page, you can hit subscribe, which will also give you notifications of new videos and new music that way as well.
Hopefully people enjoy those videos. We had a lot of fun making them.
I wanted to ask you about making them. Do you go into that with the ideas of what you want in the video, or do you go in there just open to what people want?
Pretty underground, just sort of like throwing it together, and this is going to be one of these, or this is going to be one of these, and we're lucky enough to work with Southern Star Photography down here, and Donna, she did an amazing job, and she's very new to it as well.
Okay.
As were we, and lots of fun, and got to drive some pretty awesome cars, which is probably a highlight. And
where did you get them from? Are they whose cars were they?
Oh yeah, they are a friend of ours from down here who was very kindly just. He loves the band, loves the music, and he's an absolute champ on your rod. And he's just said, "Yeah, whatever you need, mate."
Oh,
and he keeps he's like, rock up in a 50 sky blue 57 Chev, and they go, "Oh, you should see, I've got a Monaro. I've got it." Yeah, it's like, okay, mate. Yeah, no, we're very lucky. Lots of people jump on board to have some fun, and
It doesn't sound like it was just a fun day. It doesn't sound like it was a day of work at all.
It was all the editing afterwards. So any editors out there listening or watching, and yourself, putting these shows together, I understand now how crazy that process is.
Yeah, that is the part where people need to have patience, and it is hard. Even just editing out sound, if you're not even worrying about video, just editing parts out of sounds to make a show go smoothly. It's painful. It's slow and it's painful.
And it's so time consuming. Facebook, J.V.Rail, Insta J.V.Rail. It's all there.
It's all there. So make sure, guys, when you're finished here, you go over and subscribe to all the platforms. And I'm imagining that as your music comes out, it will be on all platforms to stream. Are you going to do eventually a EP that's printed, or just stick to streaming for now?
I would love to do an EP or an album, and that just depends on how we go this year. So excuse me while I look for that.
Okay.
Look for that link. So it'd definitely be in the pipeline, and whether it's an EV or an EP or an album, I'm not sure yet. We've got enough for an album, but it's just financially.
It's huge,
paying for that amount of time, and I think I've got the link and I've copied it, but I'm just trying to find out. Let me comment.
It should do. It should let you. It definitely will when we end the live, so it's okay. It will be there. Hi, Zoe. I just saw you popping in. Zoe was in Tamworth. Whereabouts?
I'm jealous, Zoe. I'm jealous.
She was. Yeah, it was her first time, and it was. I think she had a wonderful time. I think all of us did. So we need to get you guys there next year, 2024.
Let's start a campaign. Campaign, please. Look, and really, we're so new to it. Don't have any management or anything like that. So if anyone can private message us and say, "Hey, chat to this bloke. You're going to play at a horse shed down the back of this valley, and it's going to be big." Let us know, because
you guys are up for it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I just private chatted you the link.
Oh, lovely. Well, hang on. I should be able to get that, I think. Yes, I can. Excellent. Let me have a go. Look at me go. I got this. I haven't got a mouse because I haven't unpacked it out of.
You still got stuff in bags. Yeah. Classic.
I thought I had everything ready. And because I was running late getting home, I was like, oh, I haven't got the mouse. And then I thought, oh, no, I haven't got the USB cable. And there's little things that are just always there. There you go. It should all be there for you guys to see now. this is the link for the new song. So you should be able to click on that, and it should be able to take you to your platform, whichever you like to stream your music from, and you can pre-save, pre-add. I'm not really sure what all the steps are, but if it's pre-save, pre-add, pre-buy, do it all. Do it all.
Thank you so much for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I know that it's only a few weeks away, but if you want to come back when that song's out, we could have another chat around that as well, and things.
I'd love to. Yeah.
If you want to brave us again.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, this has been a great. It's only our second interview, and
oh, really?
Yeah, it's been so nice to be able to, talk this stuff with you. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime. Ryan was just saying that has his own YouTube page as well, where he has ads of all his friends and on his YouTube page of music and things. So I'll have to have a look at it, Ryan, when we finish. But it's great because you're supporting musicians from everywhere, which is lovely. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for braving Country Kickback. I'm so glad that you reached out. And it's so lovely to see you guys. I love it when we get artists when they're at that very beginning of the journey that they're doing now, especially in country, because it is my main genre. That's where I've grown up as well. But I love it when we get from other areas. But it's lovely to see people at the beginning, so we can follow them along their journey as they unfold in the industry. It's excellent.
Thanks, Danny. It's been absolute pleasure to be on the show, and love to come back. Yeah.
Anytime. Well, guys, we will be back next week. I promise. I'm not going to have a show tomorrow night because my throat is not going. It's not working yet. I still need to sleep. I have not slept since Tamworth very much, so I will be back next week, and we'll have quite a few shows coming for you. I think on Wednesday we've got James Johnson. We are still confirming Thursday, so we've got quite a few people coming in to say hi. So keep an eye out on the page. I'll pop them all up on the website and on all the socials. And again, thank you to everybody that come and said hello to us in Tamworth and who's been watching in between. We really, really appreciate that you guys keep sticking with us. So thank you, and we'll see you all very soon. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you've had a good night. We'll see you in a few weeks, hopefully.
Thanks very much.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon.